What's up, you guys? I'm back with another video, and today I wanted to talk about my favorite affordable Valentine's Day fragrances. When I think of Valentine's Day, when it comes to fragrances, I think of rose scents, very romantic, alluring scents, but I also think that you could also wear fun, flirty, sweet, candy-like fragrances, especially chocolate. So if you want to hear my top picks, please keep watching. And I also wanted to mention that I want to talk about fragrances that you can pick up right now. I don't really want to focus too much on fragrances that are limited edition. I'm going to talk about a few of them here and there just in case you do have them in your collection. But for the most part, we're going to focus on scents that you can pick up right now. So the first fragrance that I'm going to recommend for Valentine's Day is Tea's Sugar Fleur. This one is so beautiful. It has notes of apple, middle notes of bubblegum, caramel, and jasmine, and base notes of crystal amber and sandalwood. Out of all the perfumes that I'm recommending, this one is the most fun and playful. I wouldn't say this one is sexy. This one is more for possibly younger girls. I don't think that, this should be limited to younger girls, but definitely younger girls could get away with this one. To me, this basically smells like a candy apple. It is so sweet, so I don't want to say it's gourmand because it is a little bit floral, but it is a little bit on the gourmand side. I love that bubblegum and caramel. You can definitely smell it, and this literally just smells like a caramel apple. It's very beautiful. I know that at one point this was a limited edition fragrances, but I think it was such a fan favorite that Victoria's Secret decided to bring this out in their permanent collection. And this one was super affordable. If you buy it on sale and use coupons, it's even cheaper, but I think I paid around $27 for this 1.7 milliliter bottle, and it was worth every penny. I wore this the other day. I wore it to the gym actually, and I honestly thought that it was really appropriate for that, as long as you don't overspray it. This is just such a beautiful fragrance for so many different occasions. So if you're going to school on Valentine's Day, or just running errands, things like that, I think this is the perfect fragrance because it's not too sexy. It's just fun, playful, and very candy-like. Okay, so my next fragrance that I want to recommend for Valentine's Day is Britney Spears Fantasy Intense. This one is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Every time I wear it, it's just so intoxicating, alluring, and sexy. I feel like we've all tried the OG Britney Spears Fantasy, and if you like that one, but maybe it's a little bit young for you, I would definitely give Fantasy Intense a try. This is basically the big sister to that fragrance. There's some differences, but it is also very, very similar to that one. This one's just a little bit more sexy and grown up. This has fragrance notes of lychee, pear, kiwi, middle notes of white chocolate, cupcake, jasmine, and orchid, and base notes of patchouli, woodsy notes, musk, and orris. I would say the main difference between this and the original Fantasy is that this one has a lot more kind of woody notes, and also there's a little bit of patchouli in this, but it's a very wearable creamy patchouli. It's not like a dirty patchouli, if that makes sense. So this is absolutely beautiful, and this actually lasts really, really long, especially if you spray it on your clothes. This lasted me almost all night yesterday. I thought this was super appropriate for Valentine's Day because of that white chocolate and cupcake, but also a little bit more mature because it's just rich and deep with that woody and patchouli notes. I find that this is very long lasting, especially on clothes, but it's also not too dramatic, if that makes sense. Like other fragrances that I own, if you spray it and you're doing very casual things, it's just a little bit obnoxious. This one is kind of right in the middle. You're still going to be able to smell it, but it's not suffocating, which I really, really like about this. And I actually found this for $20 at Ross. This is a giant 3.3 milliliter bottle. So also another very affordable, sexy, beautiful fragrance. So that is Britney Spears Fantasy Intense. So the next fragrance that I'm going to be recommending, this one was love at first sniff for me. The moment that I smelled it, I knew I needed to have it, and that is Sabrina Carpenter's Sweet Tooth. And look at how cute the bottle is. It just looks like a pink bar of chocolate. So this has top notes of marshmallow, chocolate, candied ginger, and bergamot, middle notes of Madagascar vanilla, coconut milk, and jasmine, and base notes of whipped cream, sugar, musk, and cashmere wood. And again, this is another really affordable fragrance. I found this giant, I think this is the 3.4 ounce bottle. No, this is a 2.5 ounce. So I found this actually at Ross for $30, but I love this fragrance so much that I almost bought it at Walmart, and a 1 ounce bottle of that is $30. So I figured, what an amazing deal for over double the amount of product. It was the same price. So I've seen this actually a lot lately at Ross. So if this is a fragrance you're into, definitely go check it out at Ross. If you've ever smelled Philosophy's Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere, this is basically the same exact thing, but I actually prefer this one over the Philosophy one, and the Philosophy one is a lot pricier than the Sabrina Carpenter Sweet Tooth. So if you know you like that fragrance, they are 95% similar. There's just something a little bit cloying about the Philosophy one that I don't love, and there's really nothing that I hate about Sabrina Carpenter's Sweet Tooth. I feel like the bottle is a little bit deceiving because when you look at the packaging, I think you would just imagine a straight up chocolate fragrance, and it is chocolate, but there's more to it than that. It's not just a straight up gourmand. It has gourmand elements, so if you're a gourmand lover, you know, I would still definitely check it out, but it's not just a straight up food chocolate scent. There's also cashmere wood in this, and I feel like it's very, very heavy on that, so you need to like that sort of cashmere type scent. So the cashmere is the star of the show in this scent, but I also really, really love the marshmallow in this. I think that's what makes me really love this scent, and I also love the chocolate, and there's a little bit of candied ginger in there, but don't be afraid of the candied ginger. It's very subtle, very beautiful, and I think the coconut milk in this also just, you know, makes it so sweet and so beautiful. So that is Sabrina Carpenter Sweet Tooth, and I think this is such a good Valentine's Day scent. I can really picture, you know, you cuddling, watching a movie with your Valentine in this scent, so absolutely love this one. The only thing I will say about this scent is that it's not very strong. I would say probably in 3 or 4 hours you're going to have to reapply, but I don't mind just because of how beautiful this is. So the next scent that I want to talk about is one that I really, really love, and it's actually not a fragrance that I would want to wear on an everyday basis, but I think for Valentine's Day it is perfect, it is sexy, and that is Victoria's Secret Very Sexy. I actually only have it in this little 0.25 milliliter bottle, but I liked it so much that I got it in a body mist as well. So this one is very beautiful and, like the name says, very, very sexy. So the reason I wouldn't wear this on an everyday basis is because, just like the name says, it is very sexy. This is one that I would feel a little bit self-conscious wearing, doing everyday things, just because it would draw a lot of attention to you. But on Valentine's Day, I think that's very perfect because this is very sexy, very seductive. So let's talk about the fragrance notes. So this has blackberry, clementine, cactus, cappuccino, and pepper. So all of those scents in the top notes I really do smell, but this is blended together so well that it's not until you read the fragrance notes that you're like, oh yeah, this definitely does have, you know, clementine and blackberry. So I just think it is very beautiful. I think the pepper kind of makes it a little bit spicy, and that cappuccino I really, really love in this. So it's just so different from any other scent that I have. This also has orchid in it, so with orchid scents, I really find that they tend to be powdery, and this is very powdery, at least on my skin. I was actually reading the reviews for this fragrance, and a lot of people were complaining that it's an old lady scent, and I personally don't think so, but I can definitely see why. I think with orchid, just because it's so powdery, you need to be a little bit careful, but with this one, I think because of that blackberry and clementine, it kind of deepens it up a little bit. And this also has notes of amber and woody notes, so I think that also is another very sexy element added to this fragrance. I love Very Sexy so much that I would really want this in a full-size bottle, but at the same time it's so sexy that I don't really know what occasion I would wear for it, just because I'm not really doing anything crazy. I'm not going out to dinner every night. I don't really need to smell sexy when I go to the grocery store and things like that. But if you're someone who maybe works in a restaurant or you're someone that goes out at night a lot, I think this one is so beautiful. And if you've never smelled it, I would definitely recommend getting your hands on this one. This one's very complex because I really don't find too many fragrances that have that cappuccino note. So I feel like all of those things combined just make it such a unique scent, and I absolutely love this one. Okay, so the next Valentine's Day scent that I wanted to recommend is newer to my collection, and you can still get it right now on the Victoria's Secret website, and that is Bombshell Midnight. And look at the bottle, how pretty is that? I think this is the prettiest Victoria's Secret perfume that I own. I absolutely love it. And this has notes of peony, black cherry, blonde woods, and vanilla. And this is another deep, sexy, woody fragrance, which is perfect for Valentine's Day. I would say if you don't love cherries, I would still give this a chance just because that cherry isn't too powerful in this. It's definitely there. It definitely gives it a deep berry type of element, but it's not a cherry that you would be able to detect right away. It's not like a juicy cherry, it's more of like a deep dark cherry, if that makes sense. With Tea's Sugar Fleur, right away I can definitely smell that apple, and with this one the cherry is a little bit more questionable. It's more of like a deep dark berry. And if you don't like the original Bombshell, don't be afraid to try this one. It's nothing like the original Bombshell. The original Bombshell is very clean, and this one is not clean at all. This is more of like a sweet, woody, sexy cherry scent. Another reason I think this is also so perfect for Valentine's Day is the florals in this. So it's just so well blended. I love that there's woody elements, floral elements, and sweet elements. So that is a Bombshell Midnight. And I also wanted to quickly mention how affordable this fragrance was. I believe right now on the Victoria's Secret website, you can get this 1.7 ounce bottle for $30, but with coupons, I ended up only paying around $17, which was so worth it. And I think this one is going to be the one I'm going to be wearing on Valentine's Day. Okay, so the last fragrance that I wanted to talk about is more of an honorable mention because you can't buy it right now. It's out of stock, it's limited edition, but I figured so many of you probably have this in your collection because this was a popular fragrance when it came out, and that is Tea's Cocoa Soiree. And this has notes of wild berries, mocha, and freesia petals. I feel like this is a perfect scent for Valentine's Day because of the chocolate in this. I really feel like that is the one thing that you're going to smell the most. It's obviously like a little bit floral, but the chocolate is really what stands out, and I really like this fragrance. Again, for every day, I think it's probably a little bit too much because just like the very sexy scent, this is very powdery. So on an everyday basis, I wouldn't wear this, but on Valentine's Day, I think it is very suitable if you want to smell like a floral box of chocolates. This kind of smells like a berry dipped in chocolate, also with elements of a floral in there. And I kind of find this to be a little bit on the mature side. I don't think younger girls would really like this too much, but it is sexy, a little bit mature, and I think I kind of get a mature quality to it because of how powdery it is. It is sophisticated and sharp, and again, not for every day, but I think very appropriate for Valentine's Day, and I absolutely love the packaging of this bottle. So I wanted to quickly mention that one, even though you can't get your hands on it now. I know a lot of you have this in your collection, and I think it is a beautiful fragrance. Okay, so the last fragrance that I wanted to talk about is J Lust by Jennifer Lopez. This was super affordable. This was around $12 at Ross for this 1 ounce bottle. And this has notes of strawberry, apple blossom, and mandarin orange, middle notes of white peach, vanilla orchid, and jasmine, base notes of tonka bean, Toulouse balsam, and musk. This fragrance is so nice. It is like a adult sexy strawberry scent. It's creamy, it's musky, so if gourmands really aren't your thing and you prefer sort of fruity musky scents, I would definitely give J Lust by Jennifer Lopez a try. This is a clean, sweet, soft, powdery, and musky scent. So if you don't want to stand out too much on Valentine's Day and you want to be a little bit more low-key but still a little bit festive because of that strawberry, I think J Lust by Jennifer Lopez is a good affordable option. Alright, you guys, so those are my top picks for Valentine's Day affordable fragrances. Let me know what you guys are wearing or if you agree or disagree with the perfumes that I chose on this list. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.